What is synchronicity, really? The term synchronicity was introduced by Carl Gustav Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist who brought us concepts like the collective unconscious and archetypes. He defined synchronicity as a meaningful coincidence of two or more events, where something other than the probability of chance is involved. Jung was not merely talking about random events lining up. He saw synchronicity as a bridge between internal psychological states and external reality, a moment when the personal inner world reflects in the shared external one in striking and unexpected ways. Classic example: you rethinking about a distant friend you haven't spoken to in months. Hours later, that friend texts you out of the blue. You feel a chill. Was it pure chance or something more? Psychology meets mystery. How the mind constructs meaning before we venture into theories that connect quantum physics and chaos theory to synchronicity. It's vital to understand how our brains work when it comes to pattern recognition and meaning making. Cognitive biases and pattern recognition. Humans are, by evolutionary design, meaning makers. Our brains seek patterns relentlessly, often to keep us safe. Confirmation bias. Once we believe something to be true, like a superstition, we tend to notice information that supports it and disregard what contradicts it. Apophenia and pareidolia. These are our tendencies to see patterns or connections where none objectively exist. Like seeing faces in clouds or assuming events are linked based on timing. These biases fuel our perception that coincidences are meaningful even when they're statistically ordinary. Unconscious guidance. Jung's belief was that the unconscious plays an active role in drawing our attention to meaningful events. According to Jung, the psyche contains patterns and archetypes that are universal echoes from a collective unconscious. These archetypes can resonate in the world around us. Synchronicity, then, is a moment of resonance between inner content and external reality. When you're experiencing inner turmoil, you're more likely to interpret coincidental events as carrying profound significance. Why? Because the unconscious is on high alert, seeking reflection and resolution. Scientific challenges in studying synchronicity. Synchronicity lives in the realm of subjectivity, which makes it nearly impossible to study through traditional empirical methods. Yet that hasn't stopped scientists and theorists from attempting to explain it. Probability versus meaning. Statistically speaking, coincidences are inevitable. In a group of 23 people, there's a 50% chance two people share a birthday, known as the birthday paradox. This illustrates how counterintuitive probability can be. When events line up, thinking of someone who then calls you, dreaming of a number that appears later, it's often dismissed as statistical flukes. But what makes synchronicity unique is the emotional weight it carries. Meaning is not just data, it's shaped by context, significance, and psychological state. Quantum physics and chaos theory. Some have ventured into more speculative terrain, quantum entanglement. The idea that particles can be connected across space and time, what Einstein called spooky action at a distance. chaos theory, suggests that within apparent randomness, there are systems of order. Small initial changes can yield vast and unexpected outcomes. Though seductive, these theories remain controversial and largely metaphorical in relation to synchronicity. There's no verified scientific model linking synchronicity directly to quantum theory or chaos systems. Spiritual interpretations and cultural significance. While science wrestles with what synchronicity is, various cultures have embraced it as divine guidance, ancestral communication, or cosmic alignment. In Eastern philosophies like Taoism, the universe is seen as an interconnected whole. Meaningful coincidences aren't anomalies, they're signs of living. In harmony with the Tao, indigenous traditions often view such events as messages from spirits or ancestors. The modern New Age movement sees synchronicity as a nudge from the universe, encouraging trust in intuition and spiritual growth. Synchronicity often acts as validation in these frameworks, a way to say you're on the right path. Synchronicity in therapy and mental health. Even if synchronicity can't be weighed or measured, its psychological value is clear. Narrative therapy uses personal stories and symbolic interpretations to help individuals find meaning in their lives. When a client discusses a meaningful coincidence, therapists can explore what emotions or patterns the event reflects. It becomes a portal into deeper understanding, often leading to healing or transformation. Experiencing synchronicity can provide comfort during loss, a sense of being supported by unseen forces. Inspiration to make life changes. Can we induce synchronicity? While synchronicity isn't something you can order like takeout, you can make yourself more receptive to it. Practices that heighten awareness, mindfulness, and meditation. Stillness allows subtle patterns to surface, reduces noise so meaningful connections can be felt. Journaling, writing down dreams, recurring symbols, or patterns lets you notice connections over time. Asking big questions when you're in a state of inquiry, for example, what's my purpose? Synchronicities tend to become more noticeable. Many report experiencing more synchronistic events during periods of transition, new jobs, relationships, spiritual exploration. This may be because they're more emotionally alert and psychologically primed for meaning. Synchronicity as a compass for decision-making. Some people use synchronicity as a sign to guide decisions. Should I take this job? Is this relationship right? While this can feel empowering, it's important to balance intuition with logic. Synchronicities can provide inspiration, but aren't necessarily foolproof indicators of truth. Think of them as nudges, not instructions. They're part of the internal conversation you're having with your unconscious, helping you clarify desires or fears. Conclusion: a mirror into the mystery. Synchronicity may not be provable in the traditional sense, but it persists because it resonates. It taps into one of the most fundamental aspects of human existence, the search for meaning. Whether you view it as divine intervention, a mirror of your unconscious mind, or the result of complex cognitive bias. Synchronicity reminds us of how rich and layered our perception of reality can be. So, next time a coincidence makes your heart skip a beat, ask yourself not just what are the odds, but what does this mean to me?